happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Peter Obi is back again, and this time is dragging Aso Rock, is dragging Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is dragging Presidency and those in his government front, back and center. The first one, he said, they fretted, they went around, they moved up and down, replied him almost instantaneously. Well, he's not done. The 2024 budget is now in the open, and in fact, it's like saying, without really saying the words, fraud, exposing fraud in big time in them. Like, let's peruse through what Peter Obi said. That is now generating a lot of reaction. Opposition party, the main ruling party, everybody is talking because Peter Obi is exposing some certain things. Well, before we go into the news proper, kindly subscribe to our channel. Please click on the red subscribe button beside it to see a bell notification icon. Please click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel. Kindly also like the video and share. Now, according to Peter Obi, he said, and I quote, he said, "Good morning, Nigerians. While I am still waiting for the receipt of the full details of the 2024 budget for examination to ensure the priority of the items for growth, I wish to comment on some of the items that are already in public domain." Here they say he should join together. He's also helping them now to expose some of the things they ought to do right. They should be telling him thank you. Let's find out what he said. He said the sum of 15.961 billion in naira has been budgeted for trips for the aides of the president and the vice president. If the aides are spending this much, one can extrapolate that their principals, the president and the vice president, will spend twice as much, which will be about say 30 billion naira. This means that in 2024, the office of the president and the vice president and their aides will be gulping over 45 billion naira for just trips alone. Furthermore, the office of the chief of staff budgeted 20 billion naira for the renovation of the president and the vice president offices in Lagos and Abuja and their full digitization. If you add 45 billion naira, being the least that will be spent on transportation, and 20 billion naira earmarked for renovation, it comes to about 65 billion naira, which is more than 57 billion naira, being the amount passed by the Senate last week. For the police trust fund to secure over 200 million people, join me in figuring out the alternatives of what these amounts can do in real productive terms for our dear country, especially in critical areas like internal security. We have over 5,000 police stations and operations across the country. Half of these police stations have no functional vehicles. Even those that have are given less than 5,000 naira for fuel in a day, which is why if you are looking for prominent people like me to call the police for any intervention in an emergency, the first thing they will tell you is, we have no fuel. Assuming we decide to prioritize our list and use these resources, as most of the trips and the renovations are of no value to our growth and productivity, we can approach local manufacturers like Innocent and others, and other like 2,500 4x4 trucks, which as of today cost about 30 million naira. We will be able to get like 20% discount because we are buying in large quantities and paying them upfront. It will amount to like 25 million each. That's in naira as well, which will be like 62.5 million naira for half of the police station that do not have operational vehicles today, and which will be taken care of by the money we save from the budgeted travel and renovations. The 15 billion naira budgeted for the new residency of the vice president can be used for fueling police operational cars by tripling their fuel allowance from 5,000 for about 5,000 naira presently to 15,000 naira per day, which will come to like 13.687 billion naira. By prioritizing our planning and budgeting this way, we will not only be securing the country better, but we'll be making our local industries more productive and profitable. thereby creating desperately needed jobs. I urge that we urgently review our budget and revise it to prioritize our urgent needs in health, education, and pulling people out of poverty, which will only be achieved by a planning and budgeting strategy that targets these critical need areas. It is time we recognize our difficulty, especially the suffering of the people masses and the suffering of the poor masses, and prioritize our expenditure. That is what we clamor for in the new Nigeria, which we insist is very possible. It's very possible. That's coming from Peter Obi PO. Now, they've always been shouting, the presidency, Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led government have been shouting that all hands should be on deck, that is begging the opposition to join him. Let's make Nigeria work. So you see, Peter Obi is giving them free advice on governance and managing resources as an economist, and one who is well read and well versed as a billionaire par excellence, who himself made billions through his own trade and by God's grace his own intelligence. So he understands the dynamics of alternative forgone and priorities being set. Except, of course, if you actually went there to rule just for the sake of defrauding, for those who have been going around the presidency with the hope of seeing where they will take their own chop national moi to take and go home and feed their generations and generations unborn. If not, what Peter Obi said is nothing but the truth. There's nothing embarrassing or humbling about this. Change the priorities, change the whole budget setting, and see if you can inculcate what he has said. We're shouting insecurity, but all insecurity, nothing is being budgeted in this manner. The presidency and the aid and traveling and renovation is taking the chunk of the borrowed money. And now Peter Obi is talking. Should they say he should talk? He's talking constructively. He did not call names. If you ask me, Peter Obi has a good heart. If some people they say, let's wait for them first, let them fail properly. But the whole essence is for Nigeria to work, and he's giving his opinions and his intellectual powers for free. I pray they will listen to him and not look at him as PO. Of course, some of them may know this truth, but that's really not the reason why they entered that seat anyway. We saw just fairly recently the way Yeson Wike was jumping up and down on the mandate Jagaban. I didn't believe he was the one doing that, but then again, he's the FCT minister. You gotta be loyal to remain true to that seat, because already people are already clamoring for him to be removed. So the vehicle that brought you there, you must remain loyal, or else irrelevancy. Already in Rivers, Sim Fubara, already they're having some small fracas, and if he loses that seat, FCT seat, he's done for. He's done for. Say anything to keep that seat, even if it means him standing on the mandate and openly and proudly declaring it. So shall it be for him. But let's feel the pulse of Nigeria very quickly. This one here says, this is what I call constructive opposition. This is exactly how you do it. This is how you put them on the spotlight for public scrutiny. Keep them awake and on their toes. Expose them to the sun. The sun is the most effective disinfectant. Thank you, Honorable. Thank you, My Excellency. Thank you, my President. This is coming from a Nigerian who truly looks at Peter Obi as a president in his own eyes. Another person has said, the budget is the greatest statement of intent by the government, above or else, and it is clear that the intent of this administration is to live lavishly and enjoy themselves at the expense of public and borrowed funds. Tinubu needs to be stopped. All right, let's go wrap it up. Many Nigerians are talking here. Let's meet in that conversation.